There's a quiet revolution happening in home gardens everywhere. It doesn't come in shiny plastic bags or promise instant growth on the label. In fact, the secret might already be sitting quietly in your pantry right now. It's yellow, simple, and surprisingly powerful: cornmeal. This unassuming kitchen staple has become one of the most talked about natural fertilizers among serious gardeners, and for good reason. When used correctly, cornmeal doesn't just feed your plants. It transforms your soil into a living, self-sustaining ecosystem that keeps your garden thriving season after season. Most gardeners have been taught to believe that the key to stronger plants is more fertilizer, more nitrogen, more phosphorus, more potassium. But here's the harsh truth. Synthetic fertilizers are like energy drinks for your plants. They give you a quick burst of growth, sure, but they don't build real strength or lasting health. Over time, they actually weaken the foundation of your garden, the soil itself. Chemical fertilizers flood the soil with salts and artificial nutrients, disrupting the delicate microbial balance that healthy soil depends on. Beneficial bacteria and fungi die off, earthworms vanish, and what's left behind is compacted, lifeless dirt that can't hold water or nutrients. Each time you add more chemicals, the cycle worsens, the soil becomes dependent, the plants weaker, and your garden's natural resilience fades away. But here's where the game changes completely, because cornmeal offers a way out of that cycle. Cornmeal on its own is a humble ingredient, yet when you ferment it, something extraordinary happens. Through fermentation, cornmeal transforms into a living brew teeming with beneficial microorganisms, bacteria, yeasts, and natural enzymes that bring tired soil back to life. This isn't magic, it's microbiology in action. Once applied, these microbes get to work immediately. They break down organic matter, unlock trapped minerals, and make nutrients available to plant roots in forms they can easily absorb. They also help protect roots from harmful fungi and diseases, improve soil texture, and even boost water retention. Over time, your soil becomes rich, dark, and crumbly, the way nature intended it to be. What's truly fascinating is that this isn't a one-time fix. The living culture you introduce through fermented cornmeal keeps multiplying and improving the soil long after the first application. It's like, jump-starting an entire underground ecosystem designed to nourish your plants naturally. You don't need fancy tools, lab equipment, or expensive ingredients to get started. All it takes is, 3 simple items and a bit of patience. Cornmeal 2 cups. Water 5 gallons. Make sure it's clean and dechlorinated, since chlorine kills beneficial microbes. And molasses or sugar, just 1 tablespoon to feed the fermentation process. So, in a clean bucket, you want to combine the cornmeal and water, and then, go ahead and stir in the molasses until everything is evenly mixed. After that, cover the bucket loosely with a breathable cloth or lid. This lets air flow in, but keeps out any debris. Now just place it somewhere warm, ideally between 70 and 80 degrees Fahrenheit, and let it sit for about 5 to 10 days. During this time, fermentation is going to begin. You'll know it's working when you start to see tiny bubbles forming on the surface, and you'll notice a pleasant, yeasty scent, kind of like bread dough or even beer. Make sure to stir the mixture gently once a day to keep that oxygen flowing. When it smells earthy and tangy, that's your sign it's ready to use. But if it ever smells foul or you see black mold, it's best to just discard it and start again. Those are signs that unwanted bacteria have taken over. Once your fermented cornmeal brew is ready, there are actually 2 powerful ways to apply it: soil drenching and foliar spraying. For soil drenching, you'll want to dilute 1 part fermented liquid with 3 parts clean water. Then, go ahead and pour this mixture directly around the base of your plants, making sure to focus on the area under the drip line where the roots are most active. You'll want to repeat this every 2 to 3 weeks during the growing season. This technique feeds beneficial microbes right into the root zone, helping to build long-term soil health and, honestly, more sustained growth. For foliar spraying, first strain the liquid through cheesecloth or a fine mesh to get rid of any solids, and then dilute 1 part fermented cornmeal liquid with 5 parts water. Spray gently on the leaves in the early morning or evening, when it's cooler outside. The leaves will absorb nutrients through their tiny pores, giving your plants an instant vitality boost and also strengthening their resistance to fungal diseases. And, hey, don't throw away the leftover cornmeal solids, they're pure gold. Just spread them around your garden beds or mix them lightly into the topsoil. As they decompose, they continue feeding soil microbes and enriching the ground long after the liquid application. After a few weeks of consistent use, most gardeners are, honestly, amazed by the transformation. Leaves turn a deeper green, stems grow thicker, flowers bloom longer, and pests seem, well, less interested in your plants. The change goes beyond what you see above ground. The soil itself becomes darker, looser, and alive with activity. Earthworms return. The air smells richer. Water drains better after rain, yet stays moist during dry spells. What's happening is that your soil's ecosystem is reawakening. Microbes are working in harmony, breaking down organic matter and creating a continuous nutrient cycle. This natural process makes your plants stronger, more resilient to stress and drought, and far less dependent on external fertilizers. The secret behind the cornmeal miracle isn't just nutrition, it's balance. Synthetic fertilizers feed plants but destroy soil life. Fermented cornmeal feeds both. It restores the biological engine beneath the surface that turns raw minerals and organic matter into plant-ready food. Every application builds on the last, improving soil structure, microbial diversity, and natural fertility. Instead of forcing short-term growth, cornmeal works with nature's design, nurturing soil life that keeps giving back. It's the ultimate sustainable solution, one that reduces cost, waste, and environmental harm while increasing your harvest year after year. This isn't just another fertilizer hack, it's a mindset shift, a movement toward working with nature instead of fighting against it. When you replace chemicals with living solutions like fermented cornmeal, you're building a garden that grows stronger every season. You're also doing your part for the planet, creating soil that captures carbon, supports pollinators, and sustains life from the roots up. So before you spend another $1 on synthetic fertilizer, give this simple cornmeal method a try. You'll be amazed at how quickly your garden transforms and how much healthier your soil feels beneath your hands. If you found this guide helpful, make sure to subscribe to Crop Corner and join our growing family of gardeners who believe in working with nature, not against it. Share this with your friends and fellow growers so they too can experience the magic of the cornmeal miracle. Together, we're not just growing plants, we're cultivating living ecosystems, one handful of soil at a time. Stay rooted, stay curious, and as always, happy gardening.